Hey y'all, well we're back. The adventure continues. We took a break during the heat of the day and went to pick up some things we needed from the store after lunch, and then just kind of kicked back and relaxed a little bit. Read, Sarah downloaded some pictures, and now we're off on adventure of the day number 2. We're riding our bikes down the river trail. We've stopped and realized that we could probably take the kayak down here tomorrow. I'll just carry it on my back or on my shoulder and then air it up here, and it's a 2-mile canoe trip or paddle up to the headwaters from here. Then the nice thing is, coming back it will be downstream, so we'll fight the current going up while we're fresh, and then we'll be able to paddle and relax as we come back down. So I think that's the plan for tomorrow. But until then, we're going to see what all the woods and the trails have for us, and do a little bit of a grill some steak this evening at the campsite and just continue to go with the flow.
Silver Springs has long been an attraction in the state of Florida. From the mid-1800s, people pulled up the river to visit the springs. In 1870s, two people, Morrell and Jones, put a piece of glass on the bottom of a rowboat, and history was made and a new enterprise was born, the iconic Silver Springs glass boat. These tours have been going on for over a century. In the 1900s, the park's popularity began to grow, and very many movies and TV shows were filmed here in the park. Later, in the mid-1900s, around 1970, the park began to decline due to other parks like Disney beginning to open. But the state stepped in 2013 and took control of the property, merging it with the adjacent Silver River State Park and forming the present Silver Springs State Park along with the campground.
All that silver material see down there, that's lime rock or limestone. And it's one of the reasons the river got its name, because as you can see, when the sun shines on it, it gives it a silvery or a silvery blue appearance. Now they named this the Spring of Stars because they've dedicated it to all the movie stars that have been here over the years doing TV and movie productions. As far back as 1916, that's when they were here and started filming. And actually ABC Broadcasting owned the property for many years, did a lot of filming here. All the water's come out of these little overhangs and shelf areas and caves and whatnot. In a couple minutes I'll show you a good example. You can see the water coming out. Now these little striped fish are bluegill, one of the more common fish here in the river. Over is 35 feet deep. Now this spring got its fame because back in 1954 they had a film crew in here filming a classic horror movie. You might have heard of it. It's called The Creature from the Black Lagoon. They filmed 2 of the 3 creature movies here, one up at Ocala Springs up near Tallahassee. Now each spring, depending on the size of the spring and of course the time of year, dry season versus rainy season, flows a different volume of water. Now the river is 100% spring fed. which is fed by the aquifer, which is recharged by rain. So basically, the river goes up and down, but even though it's not tidal on Dessa because of the rain. The more rain, the more water, and the deeper the river. And of course, just the opposite when you have the dry season or a drought, not as much water comes out, and it starts to recede. And you'll see some watermarks in some of the trees as we go up and down the river. Now, this was a favorite of the TV and movie producers because of the size and the depth of the water. There's a lot of different TV and movie shots done right in here. Now all the water's coming out of a cave system. I'll show you part of it here just towards the front of the boat, and I'll circle over it. Cave's about 10 foot high. It pretty much wraps around the whole side of the spring over here. Like a big half circle. It's got a shelf over it. I'll swing over here both ways and kind of take a look. Now you can't see the water coming out like you could in a snowstorm, but I can assure you there's a lot of water coming out of here. The currents come in from three different directions, and they push us around pretty good. Gradually goes from the deepest point here across, and gradually goes uphill a little bit.
Down there,
Now you can see how big this area is and how much water is in here. All this water will be completely brand new water in 38 minutes. Every 38 minutes it's completely refreshed. Gives you an idea about how much water is coming out. It would fill an Olympic pool in 4 minutes. Now one more thing I want to show you. I'm going to circle over 3 statues you're going to see sitting at about 35 feet of water. They're leftover movie props that were used in an episode of an old TV show from there back in the late 60s called I Spy.
Sorry.
They're about 7 feet tall, made out of fiberglass and weighted down with concrete.
Wow.
Also used in that one James Bond movie, Moonraker, with Roger Moore. Now, there was 9 of them. They sold 2, apparently. They put 2 up in the Education Center, which is located up there next to the gift shop. If you got time, maybe walk through. Some pretty cool stuff to look at. Left these 3 down there. Originally put down there back in the early 60s for an assortment of TV movies. They've been down there ever since. But it does kind of wind up our tour. Hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed having you on board. So we're going to swing around, get you back into the docking area.
Hey y'all, as you can see, we're actually going against the flow this morning, and we're on the Fort King paddle trail. This is part of the Silver River Trail. It's actually a tributary that breaks off the Silver River and goes up to the launching point, but we're still going to be kayaking into the main spring waters. But we've seen a lot of kayakers coming down and not very many going back up like we are. We're just going with the flow again, and look what we found. Cute little baby duck. And we'll swing over the boat, and there's Mama not far away.
Picture the Fort King office too.
And right up there is Fort King, and the river's named for it. Paddle trail. It's so peaceful and beautiful here. We're coming out of the Fort King paddling trail out to the main head spring of Silver Spring, where we were yesterday on those glass bottom boats. So we're going to paddle out here and avoid the boats and see up close and personal the spring ahead. Called the Lucky Tree. It is said that if you stand in the center of the loop and take your picture and have your picture taken, you'll have luck forever. Hey y'all, thanks for watching our video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, The Go With The Flow Couple. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Bye y'all.